Oh, hello there, boys and girls. It's me, Mr. Mystery Math Man. It's been a long time since I've seen you folks. So good to be back for the student debrief. Let's talk about the student debrief today. You learned that 2/3 was equivalent. Whoops, you cannot see that. And this is not copycat time yet, as Mr. Leggett would say. Just listen and learn. 2/3 equals 8/12. That's what you learned from Mr. Leggett today. Okay. And when we took the 2/3, I'm making some 2/3 now. We just do quick. 1/3, 2/3. And then what we did is we cut them in 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we see they becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 oct out of 12. So that's what we can see that maybe I turn this off, a little less glare. Much better. So we can see that the 2/3 we started out with does in fact equal is equivalent to 8/12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 8 out of 12. Just excuse Mr. Mystery Math for a second while he gets his eraser. Now, if you have a whiteboard and marker, which I think most of you do at home, please get it out because we're going to do something very interesting. We're going to go in reverse from 8/12 to 2/3. We're going to go backwards, okay? Backwards, all right? So let's make this nice and big. Here we go. So think about what we did just a little moment ago when we had the 2/3. Let's make some 8/12. There's our 2/3, and watch. Then I make 1, 2, cuts them into 4 pieces, and what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this represents one whole, correct? Yeah. So now how do we bring this back to being 2/3? Is that even possible? Sure, we can do that. Let's see what happens if we get our eraser and we go, okay, goodbye to all you. Goodbye to that cut. Goodbye to that cut. Goodbye to that cut. Auf Wiedersehen to this cut. See you to this cut. Goodbye to that cut. Goodbye to that cut. And goodbye to this cut. There, they're all gone now. And because I got so sloppy, I'm going to have to reshade. And look, we went from 8/12 this time to 2/3. Isn't that fascinating that we did that backwards? Now, we're going to show a little trick that's going to come into play later on in the next unit. So we can forget about a lot of the diagrams and stuff and all that. Let's just say 1/4 is equivalent to, let's go 3/12. Now think about that. How can I do that without even drawing the tape diagrams and all that good stuff? Well, think about it. If I multiply the 1 and the 4 by 3, 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 3 is 12. If I do the exact same number, multiply, we get an equivalent fraction. That works all, I could do numbers as high as 100, and they would be, or even beyond, forever, and they would be equivalent fractions. So that's something we'll be encountering later on. I hope you enjoy this segment of the student brief. So good to see you all again. Oh, and now it's the time when you say Auf Wiedersehen. Yes, that's German for goodbye, and I say Auf Wiedersehen. Oh, do you know that Mr. Leggett makes fun of you? What is that? He makes fun of you. He says, now I'm going to say Auf Wiedersehen, like Mr. Mystery Math Man. Auf Wiedersehen, boys and girls. Well, that doesn't sound like something Mr. Leggett would not mock me. Oh, he does. Well, I'm going to have to watch his videos and check on that. It sounds something more like you would do, Princess Yvonne. Not me. I would never do that. Okay, well, we'll see. So, Auf Wiedersehen, boys and girls. Auf Wiedersehen, boys and girls. See you next time on the Student Debrief.
Now here's the awkward part where Mr. Mystery Mathman tries to find the Screencastify, and he has to wait a long time for it to come back up so he can hit pause on the record, and he waits and waits and waits, even though he said Auf Wiedersehen a long time